Hello everybody and welcome back to the F1 2016 live career mode, live on YouTube as we speak, and we're here for the halfway stage of our career mode in Season 2, Part 40 as well, and we're here for the British Grand Prix, the race. As you may have seen in yesterday's video qualifying, we managed to get pole position for this race, our home race, and it will be nice to win on home soil. Now, as promised, when we hit 10,000 subscribers, we'll be doing the Shoei, and after this race, we'll be doing that. But there may be an extra Shoei if we win this race, because I am feeling very generous today as well. And also, as it is Armistice Day today, you may have seen in the top right-hand screen a poppy on there. All the money that I receive from this video will be going towards the Royal British Legion charity, and also any donations I get throughout this stream from you guys will be going towards that charity as well. So, something a bit nice to do, and I want to thank those who have already donated to the channel for this stream currently for charity. So thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate that. But anyway, let's see what the agent has to say for our objectives for this race, and it should be quite interesting to see what she says.
Hey, how are you? I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
So for this race, third or higher, should be quite easy, I hope. Finish ahead of Vettel and beat Carlos Sainz and stay 8th or higher in the championship, which I'm going to quickly show you guys very quickly before we start this episode off where we stand at the halfway stage of this championship. And as you can see, we're P5. We're only 28 points off the lead of the championship, so it's going to be very interesting going to the second half of the season. And from what I recall from a few people's videos, teams give you opportunities here if you're in the purple, so we may get some contract offers at the end of this episode, so we'll have to wait and see if we get any. But without further ado, let's get into this one. It is, of course, the British Grand Prix. Can we pick up a win on home soil? Let's find out, guys.
We're right back where it all began. The very first World Championship Grand Prix was held here at Silverstone in 1950, with Giuseppe Farina taking the top step of an all-Alfa Romeo podium. He earned 9 championship points that day on his way to the inaugural title. His winning total at the season's end, just 30 points. My, how times have changed. So let's see who can reach the top step of the modern podium today. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of the Silverstone circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey, along with 2 DRS zones on the Wellington and Hanger Straights respectively. But the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. So as we look ahead to what I hope will be a very entertaining race, I have to ask Anthony Davidson what you expect to see in terms of strategy today. I mean, do you expect a lot of tyre management? A lot of fuel management?
Well, don't we always? I don't expect these are going to be any more important than usual, if I'm honest. But what I do expect, however, are a lot of drivers getting into the pits early for some kind of undercut on fresh rubber. If you can pit before the person in front, have a good stop and drive a blistering outlap, there may be 1 or 2 seconds to be gained. If anyone gets stuck behind another car, for example, that will be the go-to strategy, surely.
You've done well to put it on pole, but we've still got work to do. Trying to cover the inside line off the start.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. It's Toro Rosso in pole position then, edging out Raikkonen, who'll start P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas and Sainz, Rosberg, Alonso, Ricciardo and Lewis Hamilton. But
So here we are, lads, on pole position for the British Grand Prix, and you may see just under the tyre blanket, we qualified yesterday on the medium tyre, so we are on the slower tyre than most of the pack in the top 10, but there are a couple on the mediums as well, just to put out there. So it is a 2-stop strategy for this one, and again, I do apologise if there is any lag in the sequence at the start of this video, so I do apologise. I don't know why it's doing it, but I hope to get that fixed for you guys for the next race in Germany. And a heads up as well for the pit stops, it does lag in there for some bizarre reason, so Anyway, we'll see how it goes on there. So as you can see, it's a dry race as well, which is more important, and it is a two-stop strategy. So without further ado, let's just jump into this race, because it would be nice to win this one. And off we go.
Okay, go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
So we're on the formation lap then for this race, as Raikkonen behind us is also on the medium tyres. Just to put a disclaimer out there, you set the time in Q2. Obviously whatever tyre you set your fastest time on is the tyre that you start on if you finish in the top 10, of course. So we'll be back tomorrow obviously for the Hungarian Grand Prix, not Hungarian Grand Prix, German Grand Prix next race. That'll be tomorrow. Both the quali and the race will be on tomorrow in the evening time, so I'm very excited about that. So I hope to win this race for home, obviously home territory for me. And I was here just a few days ago actually, on Sunday, for the Motorsport Manager press day, which was quite cool. Met some other YouTubers of course, which is nice, but it'd be nice to win, especially on this day being Armistice Day. It would be nice to win for... I was trying to get a mod to put a poppy on the car, but too late, so I just made a replacement, put a poppy in the top right hand corner to show my support as well, and I've got a poppy on me as well. So here we go then, down the hangar straight we go. We've got Raikkonen right behind us. So here we go then. So can we get... Oh, the next race is Hungary. Thanks, Daniel. I got that wrong there, my bad. My bad, guys, my bad. But we know we've got to be doing a Shoei anyway, but are we going to do 2 Shoeis in the stream if we win this race? I did promise you guys, and I will deliver. I was going to do it in a separate video, but I might as well just do one anyway, just for the sake of it.
Start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
The first bottles at Cops. Thanks. So here we go then, lads, on the grid. Pole position, the crowd are cheering me on there on the left hand side. They want to see an Englishman win this race. And the highest Brit actually by quite some margin. Hamilton's down the pecking order in 10th. So we'll see how this goes. We are all set. The lights are on. Let's start the second season of career mode at Silverstone. We are away. And it's a very good start there. Raikkonen's had a poor start, which isn't what I want really, because Vettel's now behind us. Verstappen's had a good start. He's up to 3rd. So all we've got to do now is just maintain the gap, and we should be fine, because these guys will be pitting obviously earlier than me. So we'll see how we go with this one. It's a 26 lap race. It's one of the shortest races actually on the calendar for 50% races, so this should be a bit of a breeze as we go along. So Vettel's still with us, which is going to be realistic because obviously he's on the soft tyre. But we're just going to take it nice and smooth to start off with, as we are slow in the first and last sector, but in this sector we have been so quick in qualifying, as you may have seen in yesterday's qualifying video. But we're just going to... Obviously we have got race fuel, so it's going to be a bit different. The car will feel a bit different, but we've already got a 0.6 of a second gap. Raikkonen's got past Verstappen again, so Raikkonen's up to 3rd. So we've got the 2 prancing horses behind us. So we'll see how we go anyway. So we're ending the first lap as the race leader as we come across the line to start lap 2. Vettel's got a good run now out of the last corner. He's going for a move down the inside. We're going to try and hold it around the outside. We do that nicely there, defending nicely, but we've got to be very careful of Sebastian Vettel. and the AI, because they're really strong in the last 2 corners around this track, as they get a very good exit. Well, I just can't get the power down, which baffles me, really, but they have got better grip than me, of course. Well, Vettel's got better grip than me at the minute. So we'll just take a bit of a wide line here, but we get a bit of a tighter exit. Just gives us a better one there, as you can see. But because of this, Raikkonen's actually caught back up to Vettel. So we're back to where we started. Just trying to keep it in within the limits. A bit at the back end slid out there, but it is what it is. Just a bit too much exit speed will hinder us just a little bit. So we've got up to Rich just a little bit to try and defend from Sebastian Vettel here.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
Just gave a little bit of space to Vettel, still with us there, but got the better exit, and we hold on to the position for the time being. Whereas his teammate is right on the back of him, so maybe team orders must be required here by Ferrari, if I'm honest, but they should really let Raikkonen through, but
Officials have enabled DRS.
we'll see. But
DRS is now available.
we'll see. But we've got to pick up the pace now. Raikkonen's in the 35s, we're in the 37s, so we need to get a bit of a move on right now, especially with the DRS now enabled. So maybe a bit of a switchy-woo right now would be nice. Especially Raikkonen leading the way in the championship, but Vettel still is in the top 5, who are still, realistically if I'm honest, have a chance in the championship. So we'll have to wait and see. Still a long way to go though in this race. Luckily both Ferraris are fine, so we're starting to pull away just a little bit. 0.8 of a second. Still he's going to have DRS's Vettel, but Raikkonen's got a good run. And actually Raikkonen's up to P2, so that's what I really would like, if I'm honest. So they did do the tactics there of team orders, did Ferrari, which I think is the best option for them, considering Raikkonen's on the slower tyre and really needs to fight with me to stand any chance there.
Laps worth of spare fuel in the car. You won't be able to run in mix 3 for long with that much, but do burn it if you need to.
Got to defend from Raikkonen now. Here he comes. Just late brake him. Stay really tight into the corner. Got it on there, spot on.
We will update you if the outlook changes.
Just about. May switch the strategies up a bit. May go onto the hard tyres next, just in case of the safety car. So I may do that actually. Because I can get an indication of how long the softs will last. Oh god.
They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Massive moment there. Bloody hell. Just lost it completely. Power was just too much on exit. Speaking of which, Vettel's in the pits. The bottle will be inserted right now in the chat, so I want to see that. We can still catch up though. It's only lap 5, so it's not too bad. Look at Verstappen's grip right now. He's got no grip whatsoever. No grip on those option super soft tyres. So now we've got to push. Let's push right now. We've still got a chance, guys. Still early days. Luckily Verstappen's holding the pack up, which is quite good for people behind.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one? Understood, copy that. Is in the pits.
Didn't really know what that strategy was actually, but we set at the same time, which is quite interesting. Just keeping an eye on the lap, what lap it is, because we can maybe push these tyres just a bit longer. Than normal, possibly. But if someone can post in the chat what the strategy was, the new one, then that would really be appreciated right now. And this is the time to push now, which we are doing now. We are absolutely pushing it right now.
Car behind is 3.2 seconds.
So Raikkonen's in the pits. We will follow suit. Nearly forgot the pit box was there. Alright, cheers guys. We'll do what Jeff says. So Raikkonen's off on his merry ways. Hopefully we won't get held up here. I'm praying we don't. Raikkonen's back out on the mediums.
Go, go, go.
Good stop there from the boys. 2.4. So we're gonna. Vettel's got past us, which is not what I want.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit.
But Vettel will most likely be on a bit of an aggressive strategy, I believe. So we've got Felipe Nasser just ahead of us. Alright, let's push now. We won't touch the soft tyres, I just don't think it's worth going on them. I think we could really get these the hard tyre to the end of the race, I personally feel. Right, we're into the slipstream of Nasser. Hopefully, I think the two dots are Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel. Nearly went to the back of Nasser there. Oh, that was scary. Oh my god. I had to back out of that. Luckily we'll get DRS on Nasser, which is important, but that was very close to game over. We get into the slipstream we go. Down the inside we go on Nasser, and this is for P6. And it's actually Jody and Palmer next. So I think Palmer's in this battle with Raikkonen. And there is Raikkonen, as Perez still out on the soft tyre surprisingly, but he has to be in the pits surely.
Our gap to the car
So Gutierrez is in. Yep, Perez is in the pits.
The gap behind us is 1.4 seconds.
So we're now purple in the first sector, so it's very important so far. As we've got Ricciardo 1.5 seconds behind, so it's very important right now. We get our arse is moving right now. Still got plenty of fuel in the tank, which is important, so we can push more on Rich. So I'm just giving it everything we've got right now. Purple 1/2 second, gained nearly 8 tenths on Ricciardo in the middle of the sector. The gap's 5.5 seconds now to Raikkonen, Vettel actually. So Raikkonen must have got ahead of Vettel as the two Ferraris are leading the way. As Raikkonen sets a flat 35. What's our time going to be? A 34.8, so we're quicker than him.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
So we're doing very well at the minute at this pace. And again we go quicker in the first sector. It's been on a charge right now. Remember guys, if you are watching this back, then this video is going, all the money from the video is going towards the British Legion charity today, as today is Armistice Day, so that may be an answer to a questions I may get in the chat regarding why there's a poppy in the top right hand of the corner of your video. So that's why we're doing that, and all the money is going towards that. So a great call, a great cause today, so thanks to those who have already donated. Just went too deep though into Vale. I think it's Vale. I know this is Club, or I may have gotten them both wrong. So we'll wait and see here.
The gap to the car ahead is 5.0 seconds.
The concentration right now is unbearable right now. Just trying to catch up. I can hear the crowd cheering me on right now. They want me to win this race. After that very sloppy mistake from me, I've got to be honest. Just went too wide out of this corner. Went on the grass, back in now. But hopefully I can get it back to you guys. But we are catching back up to Sebastian Vettel. He was about, I'd probably say 2 or 3 seconds behind his teammate. So about 7 seconds off the lead. It's about 8 seconds. 8.4 is the gap. As long as we keep setting decent low 35s, high 34s, we have a chance of winning this race. Very nice to hear. Back end nearly went out there. Had to quickly correct that. But we just need to gain as much time as possible in this middle sector, being so quick. Back end slid out there, just a bit of oversteer, but seems fine. Saying some very good pace here at the minute. But as soon as we get up to Sebastian Vettel, that's when I'm going to save a bit of fuel and then make my pounce in the later stages of this race, as we're not even halfway yet. But we're catching him up now. 4.3 seconds is the gap as it stands on lap 12 of 26. We'll see how this goes on then. It's a bit of a lock-up, but nothing too serious. But as long as I'm about a tenth off in the sectors, which is fine. Raikkonen, obviously Jeff's informing me he's still leading this one, but most importantly was pulling away from Ricciardo, which is important. The master of the Shoeis right about now, so I'll probably still do a Shoei anyway if I'm on the podium. Obviously for 10,000 subscribers, but what's this then? Still keeping up the pace, 3.6 seconds. Ricciardo's 3 seconds behind now. How's our tyres looking? 41% on the front left. It's all going to be down to who's quickest on the hard tyre, I feel. Still setting some very good consistent pace here, still in the low 35s.
Some information on Verstappen. They're speeding up again, so I expect they fix whatever the problem was.
Just wish it said Raikkonen's got issues. That would be very nice to hear. Still halfway of this race to go yet. Still plenty of time. Just a bit deep into the corner, but I'm really starting to push now. When are we pitting actually? That's the question. When's it telling me to come in? Lap 16. Okay. Oh, just a bit wide. Shouldn't have done that. That was a very poor decision from me. Hoping the safety car makes an appearance.
Power output will be less than optimal.
Well, how's all the fuel looking? Let's burn some more fuel. Let's catch up. Even more to Sebastian Vettel. We're getting a bit on standard mix, so why not go for it? Let's push. If I'm matching the leader, Raikkonen, on standard fuel, we might as well go for it now.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards.
Still very consistent on pace right now. And obviously not in rich, just saves a bit of rear degradation, just a little bit. With less traction on standard mix compared to rich. Obviously I'm still keeping an eye on the fuel loads.
Our gap behind is 4.3 seconds.
You can see the speed we've got right now. as we went purple in the first sector on quite worn tyres, I have to say. So that's very encouraging signs, I have to say, of what's next in this stint of this race. Still a long way to go though, we still may have some safety cars and whatnot. Let's have a look at the times now. Look at that. Can't see Raikkonen, but we can see Vettel now, who I think is starting to struggle on his mediums. He has to pit. And speaking of which, he just pit from second place. Now we can push now and try and catch up to Kimi Raikkonen if we can. It's about 7 seconds the gap. As we set the fastest lap, 34.2. What a time that is. Just saving a bit of fuel there. Can now make our pounce on Kimi. Right about now. Jeff's telling me to do a different strategy. Let's see what Jeff's got to say. We'll wait until we get in a straight line. See what he's got. It's the same strategy. I don't know why Jeff's done that. It's a bit strange. Just a bit wide on entry. But now we've got to hunt down Raikkonen, which would actually help us if we win this race, because it will close the top four up to me, so that'll be quite nice to make this championship even more exciting. We've got obviously we've got Raikkonen, Vettel, Verstappen, myself. Who am I missing as well? I can't remember who else. Regarding teams, I don't know yet. I'm going to let you guys decide who we vote for in a live poll, which may happen at the end of the stream. Raikkonen's in the pits, surprisingly, so very interesting call from Ferrari, but we're going to stay out an extra lap. Obviously Raikkonen will have colder tyres than us, so we'll see if this strategy is going to work. Our pit window's open, of course. This will only work if Raikkonen is held up in traffic. I don't think that's going to be the case from what I can see there. Okay, Bottas is ahead of Raikkonen. That's very important. I can't see Raikkonen out of the pits yet. Just got to hope and pray Bottas stays out long enough to hold up Raikkonen, which I don't think is going to be the case, if I'm honest. But once we get to the last corner before the pit entry, I'll drop it down to lean again. So don't worry guys, I know we're down on fuel now, but we might as well push now.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us.
Oh, Jeff's telling me of another strategy. Don't know why Jeff's doing this, mate. So we'll drop it to lean now. Oh, that was a poor line there, I've got to admit, that wasn't good. That's a good stop there by the boys right now. Very good stop there from the Toro Rosso boys, but where's Raikkonen? There he is. He's gone through to take back the lead, but there's Vettel. Don't think we're going to get Vettel, but it's going to be close actually. It's very close. We've gained a lot more time on both of them, so that's what I wanted, of course. But we've got 10 laps to go in this one. Still a long way to go though, guys. A long way to go. 10 laps is quite a while. Now it all depends on who can manage these tyres well in these conditions is going to be the main factor of who wins this race. So we'll see how this goes on, but the Ferrari, as I know a lot of you will see from the development race, they are very good on race pace. So this is going to be quite a challenge for me, but we'll see if we can get at least one of them. So we'll have to wait and see. We're back in the normal. I think Raikkonen's just gone round Stowe. There he is. So let's go, boys. Obviously we have got the fresher tyres to the two drivers in front of us. Let's see what we can do now.
The gap to teammate is 35.3 seconds.
So 9 laps to go. Can we get something out of this? I hope so, but just have to pray.
The gap to the car behind is 6.8 seconds.
But we are catching up to Vettel slowly right now. Speaking of which, next race of course is Hungary, and you guys know what happened in Hungary last season, where we didn't actually get some footage because of a Fanatec wheel issue on my end. Not calibrate for some... Oh god, I've done it again. I've done it again. Stuck on the curb. But it's not as bad as expected, so I got away with that. Maybe lost about half a second there. Let's push now. Fuel's got to go down, of course, but once I get to Vettel, I'm going to go back to lean. So I think our only rivalry now in this race is Vettel, and especially in the rivalry challenge. So I may have to just push my focus now to Sebastian Vettel. But more importantly, I know Verstappen's leading the championship, so theoretically we're going to gain points on the leader in the championship, which is very important. We're going to lose about, well, at the minute, 10 points to Raikkonen in the standings, but that's not what I really want, if I'm honest. So let's try and push now. I know I see some bottles in the chat, but not a lot of bottles because it was a little mini bottle. Of course. Just gotta keep going now.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.7 seconds.
Right, we're back to where we are. 2.7 seconds. Come on. Let's try and get up to Vettel. We know standard's going to be fine for us to the end, because the fuel's not a major issue around this track, so the fuel burn rate's not bad. So even in standard, we'll get to the end of the race completely fine. Still got 7 laps to go. Still got plenty of time. Second's now my goal in this race. I don't think we're going to win this one unless Raikkonen has an issue. Like a power failure or engine or broken front wing with someone or gets a penalty, but we just got to hope and pray all them happen. But we're comfortably ahead of Ricciardo, so I think we're going to be on the podium at this rate. Well, we can pray. Something may happen. Go up to Rich for the final sector. But very importantly, I've got to say, we're matching the Ferrari's pace in race trim, which is definitely something to take away from this one for future races. So we'll see if that helps us in the remaining few races of the season. I did mention yesterday, guys, to consider what upgrade we go for. We could maybe go for a double upgrade or maybe one big upgrade on one, which I'm going to let you guys decide on at the end of this race, after the Shoei, of course. So I'm going to put it up for you guys after the end of the race, of course. We've got 6 laps to go. The goal now is to beat Vettel. Traffic's going to play a factor here. We're catching up to some. Well, Raikkonen's going to be catching up, so that may help a little bit, but not much.
Behind us is 7.1 seconds.
Got a comfortable 7 seconds to Ricciardo, so definitely not going to be worrying about him anytime soon. Just a short shift, a bit of oversteer.
Our gap to the car in front is 2.9 seconds.
2.9 seconds. We're losing time. Still setting some very decent pace, I've got to say, on the hards. Just got to keep going. I think we never got a podium at Silverstone, if I remember. I can't remember when I last finished in this race, so if anyone knows, let me know in the chat where I finished last season. But we've gone purple in the first sector, which is very promising, as the tyres are, I think they're now in that optimal range now of grip levels. Okay, this could be a chance for us here. We'll burn up some fuel just a little bit, not too much, down the straight. So we'll go through Magnussen and Beckett's once again. Just a bit wide, not what I wanted. That's going to push me down just a little bit. Ugh. Right, I'm going to go into lead now. I'm going to play a bit of a tactic here, if I can. Try and save as much fuel now in these slow corners, then go up to standard again. So let's try this tactic out.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
As we have got 4 laps remaining in this one, of course. So it's working now. So once we get into the slow corners, we'll go down to lean, and then on the Wellington straight, for example, we'll go on to standard mix, but save some fuel, and then just try and attack, if I can, in the middle sector where we gain all the time back. But as you can see, we're losing time in the first sector to Vettel. Not what I wanted, but choose a bit of Rich. Just trying everything in the book now to try and catch up. Without cutting, of course, and getting a warning. So we haven't had any today, which is good. Still 3.5 seconds though. Just trying everything now. Just deep into Vale, I think it is, or Club. Back at the standard. Got 3 laps to go. Still setting 34s, which I'm very happy with, I have to say. But I will have to accept defeat in that one. So the mistake we made in the early stages of this race has cost us the victory here today. But a podium's still nice though for the team. Just makes a statement to other teams saying, hey, I'm quick, let me join your team, possibly. So we'll wait and see if anyone gives us a call at the end of this one or has a little discussion with me about contracts. So we'll wait and see if we get any from any team, of course. In the midfield, a midfield team will be nice for #1 driver status, but maybe a big team may offer me a contract, but I can definitely confirm to you guys, I'm not picking the #1 team and the development one, which is Ferrari, because it would just be pointless. Because I'm going to try and run this series out as long as possible, so if that makes any sense.
Pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
But guys, be ready for the Shoei, which is happening in about 2 laps time, I think. Yeah, 2 laps from now. Not on the podium, of course, because they haven't got the Shoei in the game, but I'll do a Shoei once we're back in the paddock.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
So we are really pushing on fuel right now.
9.9 seconds.
Let's try and go for a decent time on the board, but
Leading gap behind is 6.5 seconds.
as Ricciardo's actually gaining back some time, so we may have burned up some of our tyre wear, which we have done just a little bit, but starting to just lose a bit of life now, these tyres. So it was wise to do medium hard in this race. Maybe we should have gone onto the hards in the middle stint, possibly, but
Raikkonen's the race leader.
oh well. Not taking this series very seriously, it's just a bit of fun. But I quite like doing what we did, starting on the one of the harder tyres, which actually helped us. Just a shame we had some of the pack on the same tyre as us, which was a bit unfortunate for us, but oh well.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.6 seconds.
So here we go then, last lap of this British Grand Prix. The crowd are cheering me on now to try and stay in 3rd place as Ricciardo is catching us up just a little bit, but can't afford any mistakes now on this last lap. It's going to be a Ferrari 1-2, which is going to help them massively for the Constructors' Championship. Obviously we're not fighting for that, which is a bit annoying,
This is your final lap of the race.
because that's where I want to be. I want to be fighting for the drivers and constructors, and I don't feel like Toro Rosso aren't really giving a monkeys about that Constructors' Championship, which is not what I want. I want to be fighting for championships for both drivers and constructors. So there may be a switch of teams, possibly, come end of this episode, if we are allowed to do so. So you never know what our decision may be. So we'll have to wait and find out. So come down the old pit lane, pit straights, for the final time. I'll go up to Rich just a little bit. Obviously we've got to be careful about fuel right now. Cheers, Jeff, for letting me know about that. But here we go then, coming up to the last couple of corners. We won't win this race, unfortunately. Just one mistake from us has cost us here of a chance of victory. But the Ferraris are showing their pace in this season, as Raikkonen will win the British Grand Prix. Vettel will come home in second place, and we will come home. The crowd's cheering me on with delight. We're going to come home in a very respectable third place, another podium to the list, and that will be nice as well. Third place, not too bad. We'll take it, guys.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more.
Once again, Cody's got this wrong. Why is Raikkonen cheering? Why is he happy? He's never happy. That is wrong. That's wrong. Sorry, but that's not wrong. I'm going to have a word with Cody's about that. Vettel, they're happy, and then there's us. Very nice in third place there with the champagne. Let's see what they've got to say.
And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Kimi Raikkonen takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I think I'm going to give it to Daniel Ricciardo. He's come through the field so well today, you know, well deserved.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari move to the top of the table. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
So here we are then, the race result for the British Grand Prix. Raikkonen wins by 5.5 seconds from his teammate Sebastian Vettel. We unfortunately finished third from starting on pole, but we have got the race pace, which I'm very happy with, which I can take away on there. With Daniel Ricciardo in fourth, we've got driver of the day, which is kind of respectable. Rosberg in fifth, Hamilton in sixth, Bottas seventh, Fernando Alonso in eighth, Romain Grosjean ninth, and Pascal Wehrlein scores a point for Manor, which is fantastic. But look at Max Verstappen down at 11th, and as you heard, he has actually lost the lead of the Drivers' Championship to Raikkonen. Everyone finished, and Haryanto finished last, which is a bit of a shame, of course. But what does that mean for the drivers' standings? We are still P5, as you can see. The gap now is 25 points, so we gain actually 3 points overall, which I'm very happy with. On there, with Raikkonen leading now by 12 points from Verstappen, with Vettel a point behind him, with Ricciardo in fourth with 20 points behind, and then there's us on 124 points, only 25 away from the lead. So we still have a chance, guys, going into the second half of the season, of course, which is fantastic. Ferrari now lead the way in the Constructors by 19 points. We've got a 19 point gap over Mercedes, which is important, and if I'm honest, nothing really has changed anywhere else, of course. So you know what is happening right now, guys. You know what it is. On there, of course, we didn't win the race, so there won't be an extra Shoei, of course, which is a bit of a disappointment. But in a minute, we're going to get the webcam on so you can guys see the proof of me doing a Shoei. And this rivalry is going to be a bit disappointing, to be honest. Actually, it's not too bad. We're actually still leading the rivalry, which is really important. So I'll take that. And obviously, you guys know what this means. It's going to be purple, of course. So that's not too bad. On there, and I'm not bothered about the points, career mode points thing. Oh, hello guys. Contract, guys.
Like this. I just got out of a meeting with the boss, and well, congratulations. You've done a great job. Here.
Oh, what's this then? Are we actually going to be #1 driver now? Way, #1 driver, guys. Not what I wanted, but I wanted the team. But it says, senior management, I've noticed your recent performance and decided to promote you to the team's #1 driver. You'll receive an additional bonus of each race to reflect your added responsibility. We look forward to seeing where you are with the team in the next coming months. So that's fantastic right now. We're #1 driver, which is even more important. Not a contract offer, unfortunately, but we may get that in the at the end of the season, of course. So without further ado, while I get the webcam on, I want you guys to look at this and let me know what upgrade shall we go for the next race, of course, it's Hungary, then Germany, then Spa. So which upgrade do you think is more important for us to have at the minute? Will it be chassis rate or downforce, or maybe one drag and maybe some fuel? Let me know, guys, right now in the chat as I get the webcam up for you guys for me to do the Shoei. So if you just give me 1 second, I'll get that up for you. If it pops up. There we go. Hello, guys. I'm back again. So I'll just turn that off. Bring that down, bring the gameplay on. So let me know, guys, as I have got the shoe as requested. We've got it. In terms of a drink, I haven't got any... I don't drink alcohol, so I'm sticking with just plain water for this one. So I'm praying this works without any issues. So... Oh, this is horrible. There is stuff in here, guys. I can definitely confirm that to you. Oh, this is going to go well. So just give me a second, guys. If someone wants to record this, you're more than welcome to, and put it on Twitter as proof of me doing a shoey. So I think as well, from every race we do now, if we win the Drivers' Championship, I'm putting this right now on the camera, if we win this championship, I will do a shoey again. So let's see if we can get that. Oh no, yeah, I'm just being honest, guys. I don't drink alcohol, so... I'm afraid it's better than nothing, and it absolutely stinks, this shoe. So we'll see how it goes. So enjoy, guys. Oh, God's sake, that oh. Oh, that's horrible. Got a little bit left, guys. There we go. Shoei completed. That was horrible. Absolutely horrible, I tell you that right now. Oh, that was horrible. Right. A lot of you are saying drag, so we're definitely going to do drag. Would have enough for the funds, unfortunately. But yeah, if anyone wants to record it and send it to me on Twitter, that would be fantastic on there. So a lot of you are saying fuel and drag, so we're going to go for them. So thanks, guys, for the suggestions. I'm going to end it right there for the shoey. So if you want to tweet out that shoey, then let me know on Twitter, and I'll do some retweets and follow you as well on Twitter. So if you want to do that, guys, then make sure to send me a tweet. It's on the top of your screen and also in the description below if you want to do that as well. So if you want to do that, if you do send me a tweet with the shoey, then I will follow you back on Twitter. So if you want to do that, feel free. My mouth is absolutely it's horrible on there. So thanks very much for watching this, guys. I do appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow morning for iRacing, and I really hope you guys can come and support me. As if I get into the if I get through, I'll be competing for £12,000, so that'll be quite good on there. So it'll be on about 9-10 o'clock in the morning. It is a bit early, but on there. And then later on in the afternoon will obviously be the career mode at Hungary, and it will be on before the qualifying session for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Obviously it's on at 4, so I will be doing it either before or after that qualifying session. So I hope to see you guys there. But thank you very much for watching this, guys, and if you did like that and enjoy the shoey, then make sure to leave a like on this video, and obviously spread the word on Twitter that we did the shoey, of course. But thanks very much for that, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video on this channel. Until then, have a good day, guys, and take care. See you later.